Question number 166. Which form of natural selection has operated on a population resulting in the following figure? We need to know which kind of selection has taken place which gives rise to these two peak forms of natural selection. Stabilizing selection, directional selection, disruptive selection, or balancing selection. Disruptive selection is observed when selection does not favor the mean character value, rather it favors the peripheral character values. It means the extremes are selected over the middle or the mean characters. So the two peak forms, this is very characteristic of disruptive selection. It means the mean character values, the middle ones, are not selected, while the extremes or the peripheral ones are selected. Stabilizing selection or a balancing selection, in this there is only one peak formed which gets higher and narrower. So it will be central and the same peak would become higher and narrower with time. So this would be stabilizing selection. Whereas in the directional selection, one peak is present and it shifts only in one direction because the nature is selecting one extreme rather than over the other one. So if the curve is here, the direction would be supposedly the shift would be in one direction. That would be a directional selection. One extreme is selected over the other. The correct option here is disruptive selection, which is option 3. 167 students, in the Urey-Miller experiment, all of the following gases were taken in the closed flask except. It's a very well-known and famous experiment in evolution case studies. Urey-Miller in his famous experiment took 4 components in a closed chamber. 4 gases were methane, hydrogen, ammonia, and water in the form of vapor. This is correct. Methane was taken, hydrogen was taken, sulfur dioxide was not the part of the experiment, which makes it our correct option. The correct answer is option number 1. Moving on to question number 168, students, select the statement which is incorrect with respect to Dryopithecus. We have to find the right statement. No, we have to find the incorrect statement with respect to Dryopithecus. They were hairy like gorillas. That's true. They were more ape-like than Australopithecines. That is also correct. They were herbivores. Yes, indeed they were. They buried their dead with flowers and tools. Burying their dead with flowers and tools is associated with Neanderthal man. So this is incorrect for Dryopithecus, which makes it our correct option. Option number 4. The answer is option 4. Next we have question 169. Which of the following is possibly the most widely accepted method of contraception in India? IUDs, femidoms, oral pills, or diaphragms? So they're asking which are most widely accepted, which is the most compliant method. Now compliant method means which is well accepted by the user or is frequently preferred by the user. Now, IUDs are the most compliant methods of contraception in India, mainly because it's a single step procedure and is very convenient for the user. The other options are femidoms, are barrier methods of female condom. Oral pills need to be taken frequently as per prescription, and diaphragms, again barrier method, needs to be used every single time. So the correct option is IUDs. They're very well accepted. Answer is option 1. Question number 170 reads, hormone releasing IUD is LNG20, Sencroman, lipase loop, mifepristone. Now out of all these options, LNG20 and lipase loop are IUDs. Let's go over them one by one. LNG20, also known as levonorgestrel IUD. It's a medicated IUD. What do you mean by medicated? That it has hormones in it. And this releases small quantities of hormones which suppress the ovulation. They suppress ovulation. The other effects are that they bring on endometrial changes, also changes in the cervical mucus, which causes contraception in this case. Next we have Cencroman. Cencroman is constituent of Saheli, which is a non-steroidal oral contraceptive pill. It's anti-estrogenic and it acts on the endometrium and inhibits the fertilized ovum from implantation. Option number 3, lipase loop, is an inert IUD. And lastly, mifepristone. Mifepristone is anti-progestogen. That is, it blocks the effect of progesterone, which is very much required for maintenance of pregnancy. Thus, it can be used as emergency contraceptive. A correct option would be LNG20, because that's what is releasing the hormones. Answer is option number 1.